this Palestinian refugee camp where thousands of people live in close quarters. It's densely packed. Now, the close proximity to the refugee camp makes it virtually impossible to avoid civilian casualties, which is why we're now getting reports of civilian casualties. And with 2,000 soldiers deployed into the area and helicopter gunships in the air, it's pretty clear that this was more than like this precision operation to take out very specific people.
So here Anna Kasparian is definitely exaggerating the issue of what's going on. This was a very precision attack looking for only certain people to arrest. Israel arrested 120 wanted terrorists. They killed 13 militants. There's no evidence at all that Israel killed any civilians yet, as of now, where the numbers stand. And also the 4 minors that were killed were 17 and 16-year-old kids who were holding rifles against Israeli military, which were also terrorists, regardless of their teen age. If Israel wanted to do a massive mission to outroot terror, they would have called the reserves. Israel didn't do that. They used the forces that they had in active duty currently. As of now, they've only used about 1,000, 2,000 troops. So Anna Kasparian is full of crap when she's saying that there was no precision or this was just an attack on Palestinians itself. No, the numbers show it. 13 people killed out of a refugee camp that has a population anywhere from 11,000 to 20,000 people, depending on who you rely on the demographics for, of how many people actually live in the refugee camp compared to only 13 people dying. Very much precision guided and only looking for certain targets.
So now it's kind of gotten around 50-50, and I'll give credit to the press for that, okay? So why do I say that Israel's 100% guilty? Because you can't occupy people for decade after decade, 60 long, brutal, horrible years in an open camp, let's put it that way, and then go, oh my God, can you believe some of these sons of bitches tried to fight back? They should know their place. I mean, it's almost like the opening scene of Gladiator. People should know when they're defeated. Would you, would I? Would you in Texas know that you were defeated if Mexico occupied you for 60 years? And if any of you fought back, they crushed you and killed your kids? Would you know you're defeated or would you fight back?
Cenk here is making an outrageous claim, saying that Israel is just going into Jenin just to hurt Palestinians for no reason because the Israeli society is now racist and they hate Palestinians and they just want to murder Palestinians. That's pretty much what he seems to be saying here. But the fact is, Israel went into Jenin to root out terrorism that is coming out of Jenin, who have been doing terror attacks against citizens. They do not live in a closed camp. They are free to go about wherever they want. They're allowed to work. They're allowed to own property. They do not face any sort of discrimination. In 1993, Israel, along with the Palestinian Authority, signed the Oslo Accords. The Palestinians have their own government where they elect their own officials and they have their own set of rules within what's considered a pre-state entity that is the Palestinian Authority.
Why are they unable? Say it. Because they're Palestinians, they're Muslims, and they're brown, right? Well, brown is less relevant there because a lot of people are similar shade there. But God, for all the Muslims, the savages, sorry, deeply racist, deeply bigoted. And I've got to tell you the truth. That's just the reality of it. End the goddamn occupation.
Again, Cenk here is claiming racism from the Israeli side and saying that the only reason why they went out to this is only to murder Palestinians because Israeli society is racist. It's not further from the truth. The Iranian regime is funding terrorists within Jenin, and that is why they found weapons that they've confiscated, something like thousands of rounds of ammunition, weapons, laboratories for explosives that would be used against civilians. This is why Israel went in. Again, these are some of the weapons that Israel confiscated. You can also see homemade explosive laboratories here. And these terrorists are shooting at Israeli soldiers. You can see they're even shooting from an ambulance themselves. So they're even putting the ambulance in danger. And again, they even went into a mosque, the Israeli military. And they also found weapons in a tunnel under the mosque as well that had filled with explosives. Just like this one that they found underground that they had to explode themselves. So Jenin has become a safe haven for terrorists, and the Israeli military went in to make sure that terrorists can no longer hide inside Jenin for shelter. And it only took them 2 days to finish the operation, and it appears that now the operation is fully over and the Israeli army has retreated from Jenin. But they will probably be back again several times every night, like they always do, to rout out any other types of terrorism that still exists in the area.